Welcome friends, it is I, LostScarf, and it's time for another patch, and this is a very big one filled with a lot of skins and voice packs, and the remodeled Baka. And instead of getting the big cool looking Baka, we have Frankenweenie Osiris. Come on! Another Slake the Baka here, come on people! No offense to Osiris people, but Osiris has had 2 covers. Baka's never had a cover. At least I don't remember him ever having a cover, so I'd like to see Baka at least once on the cover. But there you go with that. Pretty cool dramatic music. It's a good skin right there. The art department does an amazing job every single time. So there we go. There's one of them. We'll see all the skins soon enough, and the voice packs. And then there's 4 god nerfs. That's pretty much everything to talk about. So let's get going. Alright, we've broken 1 million here. Good job to Smite and Hi-Rez there. And we'll be buying the Demon Catcher Zhonghui later on. So you'll see that chest out later. And here's Baka. Goodbye to little Baka. Hello, Baraka Baka's Creed here. And he eats him. I feel like that might be something sexual for the Bakas. You know, that just, for a guy that eats a lot, that seems like a thing that's kind of a thing for them. But there you go. Baraka's Baka's Creed. I'm using that. There he is. Looks pretty cool. Now we got Demon Catcher Zhonghui. This is the one that makes my day. We finally got it. He ain't afraid no demon. He ain't afraid no demon. He's still not afraid. He lets him use him as a hat. There you go. I mean, he uses it as a hat. There you go. Pretty cute. That's going to be your Book of Demons. That's pretty cool there. We're going to buy that later, like I said. And the voice pack. 600 gems. And there you go. And then we got the Halloween chest. Some people were kind of not happy about some of this. But here we go. Not only 1, but 2 Franken Osirises. You got, let's see, reanimated and... No. This is Frankenhotep, and then this one's reanimated. They have the same voice pack, kind of, but they're a little bit different. And they have a couple different effects to them. Pretty cool there. And we'll talk about that soon enough. And I think that's it. So let's go ahead and look over here towards the skins. Alright, skins and voice packs. First up is Stargazer Anubis, and here it is.
Behind us. Critical failure.
Sounds so cool.
Group up. I'll gank rightly. Thanks.
That is an auto buy for me.
Enemy missing left. Hi.
Pretty good. Now let's go ahead and check out Ares'. Here it is. Ares got a new portrait here for his Destroyer skin. There you go. Bacchus the King is exclusive to the treasure chest, and he is in the Halloween chest. I'll show you that later on. We're going to go over Baka in a little bit. Now here we have Frankenhotep, and he's exclusive to the Halloween treasure chest, which is unfortunate. But he does look pretty cool here. He's got like a lightning effect to his abilities. And here's his voice pack.
You're welcome. Thanks. Falling back. Defend Gold Fury! Enemies incoming!
So very slow and angry. Sounds right for a Frankenstein kind of monster right there. And unfortunately you can only get from the chest. But the other one is 600. And here's what they did with his voice.
Defend middle lane! Be careful left! Stay here!
You know, if you're wearing earbuds, that really F's with your ears. It really does. So if you want to troll your buddies, this is the skin for you and the voice pack. That'll really tick off your buddies. Holy crap. Good news, Jack the Reaper was exclusive to the treasure chest. Now it is 600 to buy, so we'll get that. We're going to get that later on, so that'd be cool. And lastly, Demon Catcher Zhonghui. Look at this guy. Look at this. This thing fills with ghosts. You can see him. It's so cool. We're going to see that later on in the future. It's going to be awesome. This is his voice pack.
Gank left lane. Be careful left. Enemies in left lane.
Some people hate it. I love this voice pack.
Gank left lane. Enemies have returned. Bye now. Be careful. Gank left lane. Retreat middle lane.
Damn, he really hates left lane. Holy crap.
Yeah, cancel that.
There we go. So that's all the voices right there. And the skins. So now, we're going to talk about Baka. So I have gone over this take of the Baka rant maybe 10 times. And every time I go over it, I think a little bit more and more on it. And just the arguments for and against just go on in my head. So it's becoming more of, what are both sides talking about? And I understand both sides of this a little bit. Initially, when Baka got changed, I was not happy. I lost Little Baka. I loved Little Baka. He's the first game we ever played in Smite for our channel was Baka. Go back and watch that video. Watch it. See me play Baka. See me enjoy him. Also appreciate how far we've come in 2 years from the quality of that game. And you'll just see, and just look over here. Just look over here at my profile. Gods played. When it comes up, Baka 7%, Arachne 10%. I've been playing these two forever. Kali's up there as well, Ymir. They've been around for 2 years. I've been playing these gods a lot. For 2 freaking years I played them. And this is also pre-mastery and everything else. That's why only Arachne's Diamond and these 3 are not. Because I played them a lot. And even though the god variety's gotten bigger and bigger, and I play all these other gods a lot and a lot and a lot, they don't overtake these guys because I just played them so much back in the day. So I love Baka, we know that. Was I happy to see him go? Of course not. I was very unhappy about that. But the art department does a good job. They always do a very good job. Baka looks amazing. He always looks amazing. Because the art department does, well, a good job. They're always doing so good with this. The Frankenstein skins, all those. They always do a good job. I will always be in love with the art department. Please, one of you, let me date you. Okay, so this got changed. Good job there. They at least let us keep Baka in a way with the other skins, because this would be a bitch to make for the big guys. Same with this skin. So at least got to keep them in these ways. And then the other one's, of course, the big Baka. That mellow it out a little bit on Baka. But then you go for the other arguments, and that is the sense that we're losing our monsters so that they can become more upright standing humans. And you see that just in this form here. You also saw it when Hunbats got changed. When it was Sun Wukong was the little monkey, and he became Sun Wukong, the big monkey, who was really buffed up. And some people feel like we wouldn't see Hunbats anymore if they did it now. It would just become Sun Wukong, he'd become this big guy, and we'd just lose that kit. And I think they're not wrong in feeling like that. That might have been a thing. That might have happened. If it happened later on, who knows? But I think you cannot doubt that it might have happened. But we know what it is because it didn't happen, so there you go with that. Now, besides that, there's the argument of variety, and I always make that argument. And that is, I'd like to see more, just not really monsters, but just more different shapes, and monsters really bring that to the table. And someone argued, yeah, because we don't have Kukulkan. That's a grain of sand. Don't give me a token. Don't give me your token monster guy. But the argument would have been better if they said we don't have Kukulkan, Kali. Cupid kind of on her, the animals, on her Sobek. Bastet not as much anymore, she's more human-like now. And a couple of the other monsters like Anubis and stuff like that. If you argued that a little bit, that would have been more convincing. We do have a good variety of shapes. Just not as much as people would like when it comes to just the monsters particularly, but we do have a good mix of monsters. And that's if you consider adding the furries with them or not, or the bug guys with them or not, or the lizard with Sobek or not. But we do have a good variety. The real difference again is always going to be male and female, but when it comes to just variety in general, we have your mountains and trees. So you got Sylvanas with Groover, you got Geb, and then you got Ymir. That's one group. Then you got your fat guys, which is for the most part just Bacchus Kumba and Zhang Kui. Then you got your mid-muscular build guys like Vulcan, Anher, and a couple other guys. You got the bigger, more muscular guys. Although maybe Hercules and Anher are a little closer together. Anubis is the more scrawnier muscle. You got Anubis and Apollo. You got your outlier, which is Loki. He's a pretty scrawny guy. And then you got your little Vamana and Cupid. For the females, it's really, okay, one more male, and that is Thanatos, Janus, and Kronos, kind of their own thing because they're more like armor kind of people. And then Ares goes somewhere else, and Hades goes somewhere else. So we got a good variety there. Little boy Naya. So you see, there's a lot of variety as I go over this. Females, unfortunately, they are mostly just three things. Scylla, a lot of the females are the same. A lot of the females are in the Neath Aphrodite area, because they're very booblish, and then they're a little difference with a couple of the other females. But for the most part, they're all booby, other boobies. And so, of course, you don't see as much variety in the females as you see in the males. And there's always going to be that disparity in that argument until we see maybe a couple more in the other direction that are acting as their own thing as a monster. And we saw Bastet go from cat-like to more human-like, of course. And you just see why people can make that argument, that we just don't see enough variety in that way, because we see a lot of the same. You can argue the minute details of the body shape between Chang'e and Freya and Artemis and stuff like that. You can argue the little things like that, but I don't really feel like that's actually a really good argument. That's just going too far into details, because then you could say Groover and Geb and Ymir are very different with that same argument, because they are, but they all fall into the same area of these basically nature guys. And if you're going to give me tokens, at least give me a token Old Crone and a token Big Bertha and a token Brienne of Tarth. Give me a token one of those at least, so we at least get a little more variety to the women. But for the most part, we have a large variety in general. When you go in general, big variety. If you knock it down to genders, not as much variety. But in the grand scheme, again, like I said, good size variety there. So good job on that. And I don't feel as unhappy about it. But just seeing Baka go from little guy to a big human guy, and we know Alcon's going from a dragon to a human-dragon hybrid kind of thing, you see why some people have that fear. that we're going to have just less monsters and just more human-like things. You get that argument. And you get the opposite argument just because we do have a good variety. So I get both sides to it. I finally understand it after talking about it for about 2 hours. And yeah, I get it. That's just me putting in my thoughts on all this. So there we go. Okay, it's purchasing day, and thank you to Onyx Gun for donations and Sober Sniper. Thanks for their donations. I can afford to buy these things, so here we go. Buying this. We now have the voice pack. Yay. Going down and... what was I going to buy? Ah. Thanatos, not the voice pack. No, it's alright. Jack the Reaper. We're going to be seeing a lot of Jack the Reaper again. Probably in League. Not me, just in general, and people can be mad about that, because some people really hate seeing Thanatos in League, because he's not that great. He's going 3 for 22 in the SPL, everybody. Maybe want to tone it back unless you're playing casual. Zhonghui, Demon Catcher. We're definitely going to see a game in the Soul Lane with him again, because, come on. Let's go ahead and buy it. We got it, and we also got a treasure chest, which we'll check out in a bit. Buy the voice pack. There we go. Alright, we got those. Now let's go ahead and buy that open that treasure chest. How do I open... there it is, okay. So, let's double check here. I have... it doesn't tell me that I have one. Right, yeah, it doesn't tell me that I have a chest, but I do have a chest, right, game? Right? Chinese? Yeah, okay, okay, let's see here. Unlocking a award a free Smite treasure chest. Okay, but is that a... Halloweeny one, or a... okay, it says Odyssey, so you gotta assume Odyssey, so let's go ahead and buy one. Look at my gems, 2,900. So making sure that doesn't happen. I don't care about these exclusives whatsoever. Buying! Slaughterhouse Chuck! Oh, damn, that is a great pickup right there. And... huh. Wait, what? Okay, well, that's a bug. That's a bug. Unless I got me a Halloween treasure chest. Do I really want to risk trying to find out? I don't. I'm just going to go to the bug page and go, what the hell? There we go. Let's go ahead and move on and look at Baka in practice, and that'll be it. Oh, wait. We got to look at the nerfs. My bad. Okay, before we get to the nerfs, there's 4 of them, by the way. Go back in time and look at Zhang Kui when I bought him, and you'll see that over here, I got Pajama Party Kumbhakarna. That's right, I got that. So what happened is, when you buy an Odyssey item now, it automatically opens the chest now. So it's less fun that way, but I guess it's so they don't confuse the 2 chests. And so there you go. So I got Zhang Kui, which gave me Pajama Party Kumbhakarna, great pickup. And then I accidentally bought another one and got Chalk's Slaughterhouse, that's great there. So I got 4 pretty cool skins there, and of course there's also Anubis voice pack, so a lot of cool skins going to be seen sometime in the future. That'll be great. Now the nerfs. First up is Apollo, and Serenade got nerfed where he only has protection to physicals, not magicals anymore. And the moves has a smaller knockback impulse. Not 100% sure what that means, but there you go. So basically it is, he has less survivability, especially against magicals. That's just because he has such an easy time against them, so that's supposed to help magicals deal with him a little bit. Freya nerfed on her Valkyrie's discretion. What happened here is they reduced the radius from 15 to 12, and the range from 65 to 55. You still see that the radius is 15 right here, so I don't know if it's a bug, or if they just didn't reduce the radius, who knows. Sometimes it's usually they just forget to change the numbers. But now what this means is, she can't secure as easily, because her attack is smaller and doesn't go as far. Because what happens is she beats the hell out of you, but you get away, then she ults and kills you that way, or she also escapes and then kills you, if you're low enough. And what this does is it just makes it harder for her to secure kills on people who can get away from her. That's about it. She still has the same number of damage on her ultimate and her other abilities. She's just as damaging as always. So she's still going to get a lot of kills regardless. But she just won't be securing as much. Rama with the nerf to Astro Barrage, they reduced the damage on it, flat, and on the scaling. And the reason for this is the pros. The pros rarely miss this ability, so they're getting a lot of damage out of this ult, and they're getting a lot of kills out of this as well. If you're a casual player, lower level player, it hurts a lot because you don't land that many shots, but for the pros, they were just landing too many, so they nerfed that. So, too bad for Realm players. It really does suck for them, because it's so rewarding landing these shots, but what are you going to do? The pros doing so well, there's not much that can be done about it. And lastly is Sylvanas. Verdant Growth goes from 2 seconds to 1.25 seconds, still a pretty good root duration, just not as good. And Wisps now have reduced healing on it, so there's a reduction to its healing, doesn't reduce enemy healing, it's reduced on its healing. A little bit on there. And the cooldown goes to 18 flat instead of 18, 17, 16, 15, and 14. So what happens here is he's just not healing as much. Flare Boot did the math there, and it's about 100 healing there. So you're just not healing as much. In that one healing instance, it's alright to not have 100, although it might save a life. In the instance of healing a lot, like healing over and over and over again, not being able to heal as much, not as often, it kind of hurts a little bit to your team, which is a good thing because Sylvanas is a really good pusher, a really good team fighter. Just to tone him down a little bit. That's a good move there, I feel. So there you go, that's everything. Let's take a look at Baka. Okay, super duper quick look at Baka.
Bakasolong.
So there you go, that's that voice pack change right there. We'll hear plenty of it because I actually own the voice packs. Here we go. Now we're doing Feaster. Just kidding. That'd be a waste of time. There we go. Woohoo! So let's take a look at the Baka. I've already seen most of it where he just jumps around a lot, which is kind of weird for a guy of his size to see him jump around like the old Baka does. There we go. New pass is pretty cool. Here we go. So he's a stilt walker, basically, and they changed, of course, the art for all of his abilities, so pretty cool. Have you noticed a lot of purple lately with a lot of the powers now? It's a lot of purple. And is it just the assassins? I don't remember what Fenris looks like. Let's go ahead and hear him.
Impressive.
Alright.
I am hungry. Delicious. Yes.
There we go.
I will eat you. You make a tasty snack. Nice job. Hi. Good luck. Eat well.
There you go. So it does sound a little bit different. Now let's go ahead and eat somebody. That's how he eats people now. That's pretty cool looking, ain't it? Now let's see how his leap looks. And you can see, this is my passive ticking down, and then there's the passives, the two passives. The minions eaten and how long it takes until your passive of attack speed and movement speed goes down. Do the jump. Pretty cool looking jump there. Butcher blades. See him jump around all crazy like? Pretty interesting how he just jumps around like that. Go ahead and eat this guy. Soon enough. And so just like Baka, he just jumps around on it. It's kind of weird to see a big guy of his size do it. And there's that eat. Now we're just going to go over to the other side and just do the ult on them. So here we go. Here's the ultimate now, and here's how it looks. So he just kind of cone attacks you with his chesticles. And his minions are all purpley. I wonder if that's the same for the little ones for Feaster and Metal. I'm not sure. But there you go. That's all of his stuff there. And let's go get him killed and see what they do now. No, yeah, he does a flip now. There you go. Let's get him killed at the Fire Giant really quick. Gets to see his death animation. It's kind of funny. So, of course, his win and loss animations have to be different, of course, as well. And here we go. Kill me!
Looks like I bit off more than I could chew.
Okay, that mouth thing's pretty cool. His exploding head is pretty awesome. I'm going to miss that, but you can still get that with Feaster. But there you go, that's it. There you go, that's all the Baka right there. So coming up tonight is, let's see here, it's Wednesday. Alright, it's going to be Ranger Danger, or as Jinx puts it, Hunter Punter, which is 5 hunters in arena. We're going to see how that is that's a pretty intense match, and I get pretty heated in it, because it comes down to the wire in that game, so check that one out. And Friday will either be Baka, or Zhang Kuei, or Thanatos, or Kumbhakarna, or Chuck. We're going to try to get one of those guys because I got all those skins. So we're going to be seeing those guys Friday and next week. So there we go. That is the patch right there. Hope you liked it. And as always, I have fun. Hope you have fun watching. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by. And see you next time. I'll do this all again. Huzzah! Kinda looks weird.